in the bag, right? I see you hitting them. When you walk, I want you to do like this and doing this. Boom, 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 boom. It keeps boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2.
I don't want to hold you up, so maybe we could meet up in person again and chop it up over some food or something like that.
Okay, it'd be my pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Before the fight with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson went to Gervonta Tank Davis's camp, which shocked the boxing world. And the mood in that gym went from serious to almost savage in a flash.
Who had more skills than Mike Tyson? As far as like, I mean, when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than like at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It's just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike.
Think about it. Iron Mike, the world's most evil man, stood at ringside while Tank hit the pads. Tyson's smile said it all. There he saw a younger version of himself. As the two fought in the ring, the sound of their fists hitting the mitts echoed like thunder.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that, but he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty good.
Tyson wasn't just there to take pictures. He was showing Tank how to hurt a man with time, not just power, and how to use the peekaboo pressure and head movement. Tank seemed to be taking everything in and focusing very hard, like a student studying with the first master of destruction.
I kind of lean towards Davis a little because of his style of fighting, and what makes him different than most fighters that he do, that I once did, is when he punches, he catapults himself in the air. And normally in the air, you're out of position, you have no leverage. But for some reason, myself and Mr. Davis, our best point is when we're leaping in the air, like being catapulted to punch up, to punch up.
Don't just beat him, break his will, Tyson said, leaning forward as the camera cut. You could tell right away that this isn't just another fight for Gervonta Davis. As he steps into the ring, he has Iron Mike's spirit in his gloves, which makes this a statement about his legacy. Talk about how energy has changed. Lamont Roach Jr. just got angry with anyone who thinks he's still hung up on Tank Davis after Mike Tyson gave Tank Davis some old-fashioned knockout advice. And to be honest, I get it. He's not letting his sadness get the best of him. He's talking about how Netflix sold the milk after it was stolen and rebranded.
We had a rematch clause, right? We had a rematch clause. If I'm declared the winner or if the bout was declared a draw, he has the right to exercise an immediate rematch. Guess what he did 2 weeks later after the fight? Exercised his right to the rematch. His contract was signed both ends in June. So there's an official rematch. Undercard and everything, like that shit was supposed to happen.
Lamont came in with a lot of force. Y'all keep telling me to move on, but there's a signed contract. My brother. The best part was that even though he started off calm, you could feel the DMV energy rising as he yelled, "No, no, no, we won't put up with this. Prepare for a rematch by packing your bags and then waking up to watch Tank versus Jake Paul on Netflix." There is more to it than just a plot twist. That is a betrayal at the end of the season.
Contract. So it's not like this wasn't supposed to happen or whatever the case may be. He just went and took the Jake route. We had a signed contract to fight. Like, he came out and disrespected me on social media, whatever the case may be. I don't know who he think like I am or what. I'm not gonna go like that. So people saying that I've been dragging on them, talking shit and all that. If anybody noticed, I never talked shit about them.
Lamont was right. You can't treat a rematch clause like a gym membership and then skip out when it's time to show up. He said, do business the right way, and he's clearly frustrated, even if he's not showing it. That's the difference between real fighters and social media celebs. Rumors say Jake's getting $200 million, but where's the extra $150 million coming from? PayPal. Lamont called it out faster than Tank's counter left. He's saying what a lot of the boxing world is thinking. This isn't a carnival ride, even if Jake's bringing the circus.
How many people buy the pay-per-view? So that's an extra 8 to 10 million. Where's the money disparity? If he's supposed to be making 40, 50 million, where's the big money disparity?
You don't think Jake Paul cuts a check?
Jake Paul gonna give him a check.
Yeah.
But do you think he gonna get the gate?
No.
Okay. We then move on to Paulie and Coach Garcia after Roach Linton has gone to the business side. Indeed, the atmosphere shifts from courtroom drama to a roasting in the ring. You're heard. Sure, we'll take the circus, Florida responded. Suddenly, as the press conference unfolds like a bizarre variety show, Jake is stooping down to check your homework. Paulie and Garcia refer to it as such, a combat disguised as a spectacle. And I concur that appearances are important.
It's just about the main one, the exhibition, which is what I'm calling it, because it's not a fight. It's an exhibition, it's a show, and more likely we're all going to watch because it's just part of the sport, part of boxing right now, part of what we're living already. We're already living it. It's something that's happening. We might get a call also, with one of our fighters, or we might get a call to be on the undercard, stuff like that. So we have to admit that we just have to learn to.
Hardcore boxers won't kindly applaud if you put exhibition in the title. We want meaningful fights. You're not mistaken to believe that Netflix's algorithms are the new regulatory body. These days they choose stars over merit. I'm watching this to see if Tank defends more than his cash account, not just for the punches. His legacy is at stake. You didn't realize you needed this hot take. Directly from the mayhem that Robert Garcia and Paulie Malignaggi were creating. These two spilled the entire pot of tea instead of just sipping it. Paulie says Jake is fighting the boxing brand, not the sport. And he's smiling like he's watching a reality show called Meltdown.
MMA fans are younger than boxing fans, right? So that's, I guess that's why it goes that way, So I assume that's what Jake Paul's fan base is, a little bit younger as well. So I guess you have to sort of bring in this circus type of vibe. I mean, for Gervonta Davis, he looked like, I don't know, he looked a little confused or out of place,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And he thought like
a professional at an amateur event. Kind of what am I doing here? Yeah.
I mean, again, he wants to get the money and whatever. I get it, but then, you subject yourself to this if you want.
Garcia nods like someone who's seen too many hype trains crash when faced with real punches. Both he and Paulie are spot on. This fight is a cultural test in both directions. If Tank treats it like easy money, the narrative swings back to the YouTubers. But if he goes old school, locks Jake down with body shots and fights like a shutdown Wi-Fi, it sends a message. Boxing still runs the show. Jake either earns respect or gets a reminder that opinions don't protect you from punches. Either way, Paulie and Garcia saw it coming, and they'll be grinning.
It's actually embarrassing just to see what Tank chose to do instead of doing what a real fighter should have done. Everybody seen what happened. Everybody seen that Roach deserved to be champion. He should have given him that rematch. That fight is the one that should be happening. There's no way, for me, it's embarrassing just to see.
Paulie and Garcia spoke their truth. Then Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies stepped in, calling the fight a circus. And they're not wrong. It's a wild matchup. A YouTuber nearly twice the size of Tank Davis facing a proven champion. It's no longer about belts or weight classes. It's about who controls the spotlight. Gareth says boxing's faded in the US, and maybe that's true, but if this is the end, Jake just bought the casket, and Tank's bringing the fireworks.
For not watching boxing in the United States of America. That has left a hole that the broadcasters have looked to fill, and they've done this with influencer boxing, which brings a completely different audience to the game. Every promoter and broadcaster on this planet is to blame for this situation that we are finding ourselves in right now. They've opened the door to clowns, and now we've got ourselves a circus. It is a travesty.
Adam looked conflicted, part amused, part uncomfortable. It's like seeing fries next to a Michelin-starred steak. Weird, but oddly fascinating. We grew up on Ali, Tyson, and Pacquiao, and now a YouTuber is in the ring with a world champion. But that's why people watch. Chaos works. For a new generation, this is the main event. As long as Tank keeps landing highlights and Jake keeps cashing in, boxing stays relevant. Love him or not, Jake Paul turns critics into promoters and controversy into views, and right now, that sells more than belts.
Commercial,
Of course.
as opposed to athletic and commercial.
Right. So why is
We've
a
got
lad?
the best against the best in their prime.
So why is a
That's
lad off the
athletic.
Disney Channel the best
He's
commercial?
not a lad off the Disney Channel.
Come on, he
anymore.
is.
That's a long time ago.
Come on, he's a novice
a long
boxer.
time ago.
He's a novice boxer.
He-
Would he win a British title?
He-
He didn't beat Tommy Fury for crying out loud. How's he going to beat this guy?
He wouldn't win a British title.
Right
I
then.
do think he's a novice boxer. He's an area level fighter. That's what I agree with. That's why I thought it was disgusting, a disgrace, and dangerous, and it still is for him to step in against Anthony Joshua. I don't agree with
There you have it. From Paulie, Garcia, and the TalkSport crew breaking down boxing's soul, to Iron Mike giving Tank and Roach knockout wisdom. This feels less like build-up and more like a theatrical clash. It's legacy versus legacy, fame versus respect. The loudest voice of this era against the purest puncher of his time. No matter what happens in the ring, one thing is clear. Jake Paul may have started the chaos, but Tank Davis is the answer. So what do you think? Is boxing being saved or sold out? Drop your thoughts below and like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. The real fight starts in the comments. See you next time.